You're listening to the best of Phil's Gang.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
There will never, ever be another financial crisis. You know, probably that would be going too far, but I do think we're much safer, and I hope that it will not be in our lifetimes, and I don't believe it will be.
Really? We're much safer? We're never going to have a crisis again? Oh, my God. Didn't we hear that from Ben Bernanke? Didn't he say the same thing about the housing crisis?
What is the worst case scenario if, in fact, we were to see prices come down substantially across the country?
Well, I guess I don't buy your premise. It's a pretty unlikely possibility. We've never had a decline in house prices on a nationwide basis.
What is it with these people? These two educators, these educated nincompoops, they don't have a bit of common sense. Are you kidding? Then you ask them about the stock market. Here's what they say.
Asset valuations are somewhat rich if you use some traditional metrics like price-earnings ratios, but I wouldn't try to comment on appropriate valuations, and those ratios ought to depend on long-term interest rates, and, you know, of course, there's uncertainty about that.
What, is she nuts? Are you kidding?
Wow!
They're ratios. These stocks are so overblown. It's incredible. The valuations are at nosebleed levels. We've never seen this before. Stocks are going up so much faster than the earnings because of stock buybacks. We've never seen anything. Investors are paying $28 for every dollar of profits when they should be paying $12 for every $1 of profit. Listen what she says.
The Fed recently increased interest rates to nullify the inflation caused by your recent quantitative easing and to reduce the balance sheets, basically. My question to you is, do you or any other important figures in the Fed worry that this could pop the financial asset bubble that has been recently forming over recent years?
You know, asset prices can move, and we don't target asset prices. We're focused on employment and inflation.
Yeah, right. Unbelievable. Why don't you focus on the retirees? You know, it's amazing. They want to hold a meeting and talk about what has her policies done to the retirees. Isn't that interesting? After 8 years, they've screwed the retirees. Now they want to hold some policy. Matter of fact, if you remember, when Bernanke went in front of Congress, they asked him who did better, Main Street or Wall Street. Remember that? And he lied?
I just want to emphasize that we're very focused on Main Street. We're trying to create jobs. We're trying to make housing affordable. Our low interest rates have created a lot of ability to buy automobiles.
Is it fair to say, though, that Wall Street has benefited more than Main Street has?
I don't think so. I just want to emphasize.
Are you kidding me? Quantitative easing was all about Wall Street and screwing Main Street. Are you kidding? What are you, nuts? Quantitative easing was all about taking and printing liquidity and sticking it into the stock market to push stocks up without having earnings growth, so that the 1 percentile who control 80% of their wealth that comes from the stock market, they benefited. Where did Main Street benefit? Small businesses couldn't get loans. They couldn't expand. Small businesses was the solution to the unemployment. Small business was the solution to the recession. But Obama decided not to use the small business. They made sure they never got any money. You couldn't go to a small bank. You can go to a community bank to borrow money. They made sure there was rules and regulations, that there was so much set aside that a bank couldn't lend you. Screwing them. Are you kidding? And how have these low rates benefited the economy? How have they benefited retirees? Are you kidding? The retirees are earning so much less on their savings. It's criminal. What she did is lower these rates to near zero so that the retiree who was getting 5% then got down to 0.25% or less to subsidize those that she was lending money to, the CEOs of companies, to buy their own stock back so they could make a fortune where their income was 350% more than the people working for them. Are you kidding? And they got to a point that the retirees, they got scared. They felt they better just if they could just get a 1% return. They're just looking for a 1% return because they were afraid of investing in the stocks because they really believed that the stock market, if it took a dive, they would have to sell their stocks to fund their lifestyle. Not true, but no, their planners weren't going to tell them that. Their planners weren't going to tell them how to get into an exchange-traded fund. They could get the S&P exchange-traded fund, which you can reverse it so when the S&P is going down that you're making money, but planners aren't going to tell them that. These people got so screwed with these low rates. How about their fixed income? Low rates killed retirees. Worst thing for fixed income is low rates. When you have a fixed income and you got these low, you're dead, dead, dead. It was done purposely. It's just crazy. What lies?
I don't know any other way to put it other than theft. But this 2% annual inflation rate, this target, Mr. Pollack, that's purely arbitrary, correct?
It is, Congressman, and it's a pure theory.
And call it a hidden tax, call it what you want, but you're stealing from my parents. You're stealing from all the boomers that have saved and planned. And then I hear a testimony that, you know what, people haven't saved enough. Well, where's the incentive? I mean, what are we doing?
Congressman, you are absolutely right.
Incentive, they punish you if you save. They punish you if you save. There's no incentive to save. Are you kidding? And as they say, these low rates killed fixed income. Example, no longer are annuities for a safe income stream is possible. Annuity, they used to get annuities and have this nice income stream. It was safe. No more. The monthly income of a person, a retiree, receives from their fixed, annuity is based on interest rates. And now these interest rates, are at a low. So they purchase this annuity, and with the interest rates at an all-time low, annuity payouts are also at an all-time low. Unbelievable. So they tell them, buy an annuity. And they're getting screwed. And here's what I love. And planners will tell the retiree to buy a smaller annuity, such as 25% of what they would normally buy. They're told doing this several times from different companies over years allows you to buy at various interest rates. I mean, this is nuts. And they also say, and also buying from separate companies protects you because maybe one of these companies may go bankrupt. This low interest rates have screwed them. How about pensions? Those are in big trouble because of low interest rates. 93% of corporate defined benefit pensions are unfunded. Pension funds must make sure that their assets grow at a pace adequate to cover future liabilities. Well, wait a minute. Low interest rates have made that absolutely impossible. Everything Yellen has done is to screw the retirees. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Best of Phil's Gang. Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead. philsgang.com provides educational information about Phil's Gang products and services in many different ways. Daily live webinars hosted by Phil Grandy and technical charting experts help you understand and keep up with today's lively markets. Short videos, investing programs, and up-to-the-minute market alerts help you get up to speed with the market using Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charting software. We teach you an investing foundation that you seek to take the first steps towards achieving your personal financial goals. Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, that's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
I have learned so much.
You're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work.
I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best. And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job. Join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, Phil Grandy here. I want to reach out and thank all the listeners in the Boston area for listening to Phil's Gang Show on AM 1260, The Buzz.
You're listening to the best of Phil's Gang. Welcome back. Listen to Phil Grandy and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Everybody wants to say we've got this incredible recovery, and it goes on and on. Dr. Michelle, can you tell me one good thing the Federal Reserve has done in the last decade?
In the last decade?
Well, maybe that's not fair.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Are you kidding? Listen to this.
We're paying banks 1.25%, absolutely risk-free, for excess reserves. What do we do to get them to loan that money to deserving businesses?
Yeah. I can tell you exactly why. Because if they stop paying any interest on excess reserves, banks would pay absolutely nothing and raise their rates on their deposits, charge for deposits, because they would have to make it the income source. Everybody would take deposits out of the banks and put them in money market mutual funds, and the banking system would collapse. They have to keep the reserves in the banking system, because if the rate outside the bank, if they didn't pay anything at all, depositors would start getting charged through the roof to keep deposits at the banks. Banks are getting paid right now to hold people's deposits.
You're saying the banks can't find another place to make 1.25% on their money?
Look, what they're doing is they're saying to the banks, look, give me your money. This is the Federal Reserve. Remember, the Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express. It's a private banking cartel, the richest people in the country, like the Rockefellers and the rest of them. Okay, they control Congress. They're our owners. And their goal is to make sure we are debt slaves, that we're poor so they can control us. So what they do is they say to the banks, give me all your money, the most of your money, we'll give you 1.5%, don't loan it. And that's why small businesses never grew during the Obama years. The Federal Reserve turns around and says to them, give me your money. I'll pay you more than you'll make at the end of a day of loaning on a house or in a business. That's why we had no growth for 8 years. That's why the economy over 8 years grew 1.8% instead of 3 and 3.5 and 4% under all the other presidents. That's why we've had the worst recovery. We did not grow this economy because small businesses could not borrow. They didn't want them to borrow. They want us to stay in debt. And then by staying in debt, I told you this last week, then they got the reason to say, for the better good, we better keep interest rates low. We better keep interest rates low. They don't care that they're screwing all the retirees. By able to keep the interest rate low, that gives them the opportunity to create a stock market bubble. Drop those interest rates down to zero. Give it to companies that buy their own stock back. Push that market up. Well, the guy that's working for $15 an hour doesn't benefit him. Him and his wife making $55,000 doesn't benefit them. It only benefits keeping interest rates low. It only benefits the very wealthy, who most of their income come from the stock market. That's called quantitative easing. So they did it on purpose. That's how they create bubbles. If you keep people poor, the rich get richer. That's why the poor gets poor, because now they got the cover. They say, oh, my God, look at this. Look at this. We better lower rates. Things are so bad. We better lower rates. And we better lower. And also, let's start lowering credit. Yeah, give people credit. Let's sell them stuff they can't afford. And the stock market goes up and up and up and up and up. And people get more debt, more debt, more debt. And then it crashes and they start another one. As long as they can keep people in debt, keep people poor, they can use the excuse to start another bubble. That's what they do. So let's hear, for example, take long-term care. Let's take how they screwed the retirees. We talked about the pensions. They got screwed on fixed income. They got screwed on pensions. They got screwed on long-term care insurance. Look at Yellen's rate policies really hurt these retirees when it comes to long-term care. That covers the cost of all these expenses, these services they need when they get older, their final years, including nursing care, assisted living, and adult daycare. These insurances, the insurance policy, they couldn't afford them. I mean, remember what that long-term care insurance does. It saves the family. It saves your kids, because otherwise they're going to have to take care of the parents. It's so important to have long-term care insurance, so it takes the burden off the family. But this low rates put the burden right on the family to take care of their parents. Because of the low interest rates, the long care insurance premiums have skyrocketed. For every 1% decline in rates, insurers have needed to hike premiums by 15%. So the consumer, what they've done is delay the buying of the long-term care insurance. So while they wait for interest rates to rise, and she hasn't, she raised rates 3 times to 0.75% in 2 years. At the same time, Greenspan did 27 rate hikes from 1% to 5%. See how she was screwing us on purpose? So the consumer is sitting there, and he's not buying that long-term care insurance because he's waiting for rates to go up, and she's not raising them. What are they going to do? That's not your health. 24 hours from now, your total health can change. That's just brutal what they did. But anyways, so that's why you want to become a gang member, so we can help you. I just want to help you, reach out and help you. And you can do it with the stock market. Don't be afraid that if the market crashes and you're older, you think you got to sell all your stocks so you can live the lifestyle you become accustomed to. You don't have to sell those stocks. You short the stocks. Are you kidding? You make more money shorting. You want to hope for a stock market crash because stocks go down 10 times faster than they go up, but nobody ever tells you that. Your planner's not going to tell you that. He's going to try to sell you an annuity instead, where he gets a big fat commission off the top. Unbelievable.
Have we really started to see the costs of unwinding this balance sheet?
Congressman, on the zero interest rate question, I think the answer is long periods of negative real rates are a narcotic for financial markets, and it usually doesn't end well.
Right.
You're absolutely right. On the Fed's balance sheet, we have not seen the costs of the unwinding because they're not unwinding.
Right.
They're still buying every month.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead. philsgang.com provides educational information about Phil's Gang products and services in many different ways. Daily live webinars hosted by Phil Grandy and technical charting experts help you understand and keep up with today's lively markets. Short videos, investing programs, and up-to-the-minute market alerts help you get up to speed with the market using Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charting software. We teach you an investing foundation that you seek to take the first steps towards achieving your personal financial goals. Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, that's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Performing technical analysis is no easy task for any investor unless conducted with a professional stock charting service. At Phil's Gang, we offer a choice of high-power, color-coded stock charts, all seamlessly integrated, so you can tackle the market the way you want to. The Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts. From Phil's Gang are high-performance HTML5 web-based charts that work on any browser and device, so you can put live streaming data and fully interactive charts in the palm of your hand. Phil Grandy designed the MV software to have the best features, and so far the early reviews have been great. You can plot charts on an intraday basis as well as on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. There is also a built-in watch list that you can customize to your liking. For more information, go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. St. Jude takes care of absolutely everything. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge.
St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude is uniquely positioned to advance the cures of pediatric cancer, I think better than any other institution in the world. The contributions make a big difference.
Donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. We have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
I have learned so much.
You're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work. I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best. And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job. Join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Phil Grandy here, Phil's Gang Radio Show. To all my listeners in San Francisco, I want to reach out and thank you all for listening on Business Radio KDOW, KDOW 1220 AM.
You're listening to The Best of Phil's Gang. Welcome back. You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grandy and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Well, the economy is doing very well right now, and numbers will vary as they always do. So we will have ups and downs, but right now the economy is very strong.
The economy is very strong. Isn't that interesting to make a statement like that when 69% of the Americans do not have an adequate emergency fund? It's really doing fine, all right. Look, I want to get back to this because the market changed forever. When you used to go to your stockbroker and he would get you a stock, he was like your doctor. And he get paid well, $150, and say in today's dollars, he get paid $200 to buy you a stock. But he took care of you. You could trust him. You had a fiduciary relation. But when we switched over from a industrial-based economy to a finance-based economy, that's when the problem came in. That's when the parasites came in. The most violent, the most ugly people in the world. No, I'm not talking about ISIS. I'm talking about Wall Street. They said, look, this is great. We were able to take a stock that's at $5. It would help a Kramer and CNBC. We could push that stock up by the end of the day to $80 to $100. Look at the money we're making. We would never make that money in trying to put two coal companies together. This is fantastic. We're making money. But here's the problem. After the market crashed because, again, remember how it works. To create a fake stock market bubble, you got to create, you got to mask it. In other words, to create a stock market bubble, what you do is you have to lower rates to near zero and give anybody credit. And that's how the dot-com started, the big bubble. That's what they did with hedge funds. They gave every hedge fund manager, every guy on Wall Street, whatever money they want, low rates, and they went out and bought more stock, and they created this huge rally. And then when they had more debt than they had income, they stopped buying, and that's when the deflation comes in. They start lowering prices, hoping they could stimulate more buying, and it never works. Then from deflation, people get laid off, and then you hit your crash. When the crash was completed, they're saying, what do we do now? They came up with an idea and said, let's create another bubble. But what we have to do is we have to create another bubble. They only work if we create you need a low wage environment to create a bubble. Because you got to be able to offer people a lot of money who has no credit, have bad credit, to push the stocks up. So now they said, why don't we use housing instead of dot-com? Instead of tech, we'll just switch it and use housing. So what we'll do, and we got one thing, a low wage environment, because let's keep taking everybody's job and we outsource it. All the good high paying jobs, outsource them. So we just keep the waitresses, the bartenders, the low paying service jobs. That will give us, the very wealthy, the elitists, an excuse to say, for the better good, we're going to drop interest rates. For the better good. If you can breathe, we'll give you a loan. And so they would take a person and buy a house. He couldn't even afford the house, and they'd give him a loan. So the stock market starts going up. Well, who benefits from the stock market? The 1 percentile, 80% of their income comes from the stock market. 90% of the workforce, the 147 million workforce, their investment is their job. Their wealth doesn't come from the stock market. So only the 1 percentile. So the key to building a bubble is to make sure we never create good paying jobs anymore. So that we can have the excuse, we got to lower rates and make credit easy. And that's how the housing boom went up. And guess who's getting rich? But the key is the person as you're buying, he's not buying a house, he's buying debt. And then you reach a point, the debt is far beyond your income because your wages don't increase, your debt increases. So the elitists who put the scam together, would anticipate when that was going to happen. And they would make sure, just before it peaked, they would make sure they get out of the market. But what else they did, they would get out of the market, but then they start raising rates. So as the stock goes from $1 to $100, and everybody thinks they're getting wealthy, and then all of a sudden nobody can buy stuff anymore because they have so much debt and their income isn't increasing, just the debt. Now the elitists say, okay, look at the stock market. It's way up here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn around now, and we're going to start raising rates. So when the market starts crashing, we can slow the crash down by cutting rates again. So Bernanke, what did he do? He raised rates 17. Greenspan raised rates 27 times from 1%. He was at 1% to 5.5%. So that when the market crashed, the dot-com crashed, he could then start cutting rates again. So that would slow the crash. And then when the crash was almost completed, they would start again and create a new bubble, the housing bubble. Then they do the same thing again. They give everybody credit, all the easy money, run up the stock market again. And they anticipate right before people are choking with debt, they can't buy anymore. The consumption stops. Prices start to deflate. People get laid off. But just before that, they raised rates. So as the market started to crash, they could start cutting rates again to slow the crash down. And then when the crash was finished, they would come up with another stock bubble called quantitative easing bubble. They couldn't do it with .com. They couldn't do it with the .coms. That was gone. Housing was gone. So what were they going to do? Fish? Golf clubs? So they said, no, we'll just sell the dream again in the stock market. And they did the same thing again. So people are out there, the stock market's going crazy. And they said, we'll tell everybody that we're going to do this quantitative easing, and we'll sell the fantasy that this quantitative easing, by printing and printing and printing money and giving that money to the banks and giving the money to CEOs of companies, free money, so they could go out and buy stocks and push the stock market up. That while that market's going up, people would be so excited as CEOs, they would put money into capital investment. People would get better jobs, all a lie. So now, so we're in the biggest bubble ever. But guess what? She forgot to do. Not that she forgot to do. She's stupid. She's a dope. As we're heading up to the point where the .com crash, where the housing crash, where the consumption stops, deflation enters, people lose their jobs, and you go into a recession, the other guys, Bernanke and Greenspan, already raised rates so they could cut them. She never raised them. So that's why our bubble is twice as big as the .com bubble, the housing bubble, because she didn't know what to do. Wow. She kept the rates low, too low, for too long. And now we're right at the peak again, where the consumption's going to stop, deflation's going to hit, the stock market's going to crash, and she only raised rates 3 times. 0.75%. How's she going to stop the crash? We'll talk about that when we get back. Join my gang. Become a member.
You're listening to The Best of Phil's Gang. Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
I have learned so much.
You're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work.
I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best. And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job. Join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, Phil Grandy here. I want to reach out and thank all the listeners in the Boston area for listening to Phil's Gang Show on AM 1260, The Buzz.
To be able to just get my son to St. Jude and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. You're listening to The Best of Phil's Gang. Welcome back. This segment of The Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
Chewing on a piece of grass.
To young Americans wondering tonight, where will I go? What will I do with my future? I have a suggestion. Why not set out with your friends on the path of adventure and try to start up your own business? Follow in the footsteps of those two college students who launched one of America's great computer firms from the garage behind their house. You too can help us unlock the doors to a golden future. You too can become leaders in this great new era of progress, the age of the entrepreneur.
There you go. See, the timing was perfect. From the industrial age, where everybody lost their jobs to China when they took all the jobs and outsourced them, it was perfect timing because there's all kinds of jobs in this new technology called computers. The problem was these guys like Wozniak and Jobs and the rest of them, they couldn't get a loan because the banks wouldn't loan them money. You couldn't go to a bank, and then you couldn't go to Wall Street because who was willing to invest? Because you had a guy like Obama who would, if you invest and you make money, he wants 90% of your money, 90% of your profits. So he came in and said, no, if you invest in Apple or any other, I'm going to drop your tax rate to 30%. Obama, when he ran for president, remember, he wanted to take capital gains rates and raise them up to, 80%? 70, 80%. And they asked him, why is he doing that? Because Bill Clinton, when he did that, he found it failed. That nobody was investing, and there was less money going to the Treasury. Why would you do that? That makes no sense. He says, out of fairness. What he should have said, no, I'm a communist. He should have said, I'm a communist. I'm into communism, collectivism. We all should have the same income. That's what he should have said. So now, after the dot-com crash, now the genius on Wall Street found we can make a fortune building bubbles. Let's make sure nobody gets good wages anymore. See, that's the key. because they need the excuse to say, for the better good, we've got to lower rates again. And we got to take the credit standards and drop them. That's what they did with housing. And that's how they build their bubbles. You think in the last 30 years, wages have been stagnant because we're too stupid to figure out how to raise them? Do you think this country, with the technology we have, with the brains we have, we can't figure out how to raise wages in 30 years? Do you really think we're that stupid? It's by design. It's by design because you need that low-wage environment to give the excuse to lower the rates and to give money to people who shouldn't get money. And who makes all that money? The 1 percentile who 80% of their wealth is in the stock market. And that's why charting technology came about. You don't need to know about a market cap. You don't need to know about trailing PE. You don't need to know about this, about this stuff they tell you.
I think that the idea that brick and mortar retail is going to go away entirely is just simply false. There are still people, and plenty of them, who like to shop in stores.
And then,
look, I'm in the stock. I think you can own it here. I think you can buy it here. If you look at the fundamentals, improving same-store sales, debt levels going down.
Never mind the same-store sales. What does that mean? That's not the environment we're in anymore. Here's what you look at, JCPenney. You put it in your computer, put it on my chart, and you look, and it turned green. It turned green on April 13th. Turned green, April 13th, at $4.74. And then it went to $5. That's a 5% gain, but then it told me to get out. The money was coming out. You think this dope you just heard is going to call you and tell you to get out? So he's got people in the stock that's going down. Because what's he following? He's following the market cap, the PE ratio. What's their gross profit margin? What's their same-store sales? Who the hell cares what their same-store sales? It has nothing to do with the stock anymore. That left. That was gone once we decided to get rid of the smokestack industry and get into technology and get into the finance industry. Because finance industry where they could screw people, they could get a brand new company, bring it public for $5, and they could ratchet that stock up to $80 in one day. Do you really think companies that went up to $80 was worth $80? Of course not. So what are they doing today? They're carrying the same bubble. So this .com, this QE that we're in, they're all discussing now. You think they're going to do another QE because they know we're at the end now. They know this 256-point rally, 256% rally, it only happened because of the massive printing of money called QE. And the money didn't go into. The CEOs didn't take the money and buy new computers and equipment and move up productivity so they could hire new people and increase your wages. No, they wouldn't do that because that screws them. They want to make sure that people don't make money so they can create a bubble so they can give you a loan that you can't afford and to drop interest rates to zero. You really think that Obamacare, they're going to repeal Obamacare? Sure, they'll repeal it some way. They'll change it, but it's not going to look like what we were sold. Are you nuts? Obamacare was designed for a tax. It was a tax bill. They put in $1 trillion in taxes. They hid in 27 different parts of that bill. But here's the point. They're not going to replace it because remember what this bill was about. The bubble masters. Remember, our Congress are owned by the 1%. And our Congress is told what to do by the 1 percentile who own a private banking firm, a private banking cartel called the Federal Reserve. And they said, look, here's what we want you to do. We got to keep building bubbles, but we need a low-wage environment. So let's do this. Put a mandate in that you don't have to pay for your employees' insurance if you drop their hours under 30 to about 28 hours to be safe. So they took all these full-time jobs and they made them all part-time jobs. And from part-time, where do you go next? To poverty. That's exactly right. So they designed Obamacare to make sure that we can continue with a low-wage environment. So do you think Congress, who is owned by the 1 percentile, who's making all the money in the stock market when they get the printing machine? I mean, we got to be nuts. We had these people with a printing machine, too, these crazy people. Wow. That own the banking cartel to print money.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
So now all these big companies say, look, we're going to drop all of you down to 28 hours. So what happens? You don't have money. And in fact, what happens is they made sure your premiums went up so high to assure that they have a low-wage environment. Now what they're going to do, this market's going to crash like the other two. And then the only problem with this is going to be bad, because she did not raise rates 17 or 20 times before the crash. She only raised them 3 times because she's an idiot. So how does she slow the crash now? So what she did, she built a big sports car, fastest 500,000 power engine, horse engine. She forgot to put the brakes in. She forgot to put the stupid brakes in. So now when this market crashes, when people are up to their neck in debt and they got to pay the debt back, look at our debt. $60 trillion is what our consumption debt is. Consumers owe $60 trillion. They owe $30 trillion in household debt. Those are historic numbers. So they can't consume anymore. So what's going to happen? They're going to stop consuming. Deflation's going to hit the prices. People are going to get laid off. And on the way down, our interest rates right now should be like at 5-6%. So she can slow the crash. And then from the crash, she'll start another bubble. Because we got the low rate environment, we got the excuse to say the low wage environment. Gee, for the better good, let's bring these we cut these wage rates from 5% down to 0, and the credit standards. If you can breathe, you can buy products, and so then we start the next bubble, and then there's going to be another bubble, and that's why you want to join my gang, not to follow this guy who's telling you to buy JCPenney because of some technical thing he's looking at. You buy it because we're going to follow BlackRock and T. Rowe Price and Bank of New York. And when it turns green, we buy. And when it turns red, we're getting. So follow me. I'll tell you when to buy, when to sell, and to run like hell. Join my gang.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.